Hey friends, quick heads up before we jump in. I've got something really special coming your way. Coming soon is my new book, Renter's Insurance Made Simple. Protecting your space, your stuff, and your peace of mind. Because too many renters don't realize how important coverage is until something goes wrong. This book is all about breaking it down in plain language. No insurance speak, no confusion, just real talk so you can protect what you've worked hard for and sleep better at night. The big launch day announcement is coming, so make sure you keep watching this podcast. I promise you don't want to miss it. And before we get into today's podcast, do me a quick favor. Let the podcast play until the end. Please like, comment, and share with someone who rents or is a landlord. It's totally free, and it really helps this podcast grow, and helps me keep bringing you this kind of content. All right, now let's get into today's episode. Welcome back to Property Talk. I'm your host, Charisse. Today, we're diving into what happens after the flames are out. We've previously discussed how this holiday fire started. Uncle John's turkey fryer tipped over, hot oil splashed everywhere, and when Auntie Susan panicked and threw water on the grease fire, things escalated dramatically. Now, the fire department has done their job. The flames are out, but the home is in chaos. Smoke, soot, water, damage everywhere. To help us understand the next steps, I'm joined by Carl, a fire mitigation professional with over 20 years of experience. Carl, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, Charisse. Fires are devastating, but the aftermath can be just as overwhelming for homeowners. That's where we come in.
So, Carl, walk us through what happens right after your team arrives at a fire loss like this.
Absolutely. The first step is always safety. We ensure the structure is stable, checking for hot spots, electrical hazards, and structural weaknesses, anything that could pose a risk to the homeowner or our team. Then we conduct a thorough walkthrough with the homeowner, documenting everything: visible fire damage, soot spread, water saturation from firefighting efforts, and any areas needing emergency stabilization.
I imagine this step is quite emotional for homeowners, seeing their belongings damaged.
It is. Empathy is a crucial part of our job. We're not just cleaning up, we're helping people through shock. We explain what's damaged, what's salvageable, and most importantly, how we're going to help them recover.
Let's talk about contents, because that's often what homeowners care about most.
Definitely. In a fire like this, we perform what's called a contents pack-out. We carefully remove salvageable belongings: furniture, clothing, keepsakes, cookware, artwork, anything that can be saved. Each item is photographed, inventoried, and labeled, ensuring the homeowner knows exactly where everything is. Then comes cleaning. Soot can be oily, greasy, acidic, and extremely damaging if it sits too long. We use specialized cleaning solutions: ultrasonic cleaning for delicate items, HEPA vacuums, and ozone or hydroxyl machines to deodorize the items.
People are often surprised by how much smoke and soot affects their belongings.
Absolutely. Even items in closed drawers or sealed containers can absorb odors.
Let's discuss soot, especially since the kitchen took the brunt of it in this fire. The kitchen screen door was closed. Don't want bugs getting in. But the kitchen door was open. The screen door didn't help much to keep the soot from entering the kitchen.
No, it sure didn't. Screen doors can't stop soot because soot particles are extremely fine and easily pass through the mesh, along with smoke and air. They're designed to block insects, not microscopic particles or gases, so they offer no real barrier against fire-related pollutants. In this case, most of the heavy soot was concentrated in the kitchen, but with an open concept layout, soot traveled quickly into the family room and dining space. You end up with different levels of soot: heavy carbon soot in the kitchen, medium soot drifting into the dining area, and light, dust-like soot settling across the family room. It rests like a fine layer of dust on furniture, photos, shelves, decorations, even inside electronics. Touching it can smear it deeper into surfaces. Homeowners often don't realize how far smoke travels.
I've seen cases where soot gets inside closed cabinets and behind appliances.
Easily. Smoke follows airflow. Wherever air circulates, soot follows.
And we can't forget about the water used to extinguish the fire. People often think only fire destroys a home, but water causes just as much damage.
That's right. When the fire department arrived, the exterior siding was still burning from the turkey fryer flash fire. They extinguished the flames, but water entered the home through two main places: a kitchen window that cracked from the heat, and the sliding glass door that the kids had opened when they ran outside. So not only do you have fire damage, but also soaked floors, wet cabinets, saturated drywall, and potential mold conditions starting immediately.
And that's when mitigation becomes a race against the clock.
Exactly. Water damage requires immediate action. We start with water extraction, using pumps and wet vacs to remove as much standing water as possible. Then we bring in air movers and dehumidifiers to aggressively dry the affected areas. But drying alone isn't enough. We also remove any materials that can't properly dry or that could trap moisture. Things like soaked drywall, wet insulation, swollen baseboards, damaged cabinetry, and flooring or subflooring that started to buckle or delaminate. Throughout the process, we monitor moisture levels every day using specialized meters to make sure nothing is left behind that could lead to mold, odor, or long-term structural issues.
After soot cleaning and water extraction, what comes next?
Next is deep cleaning and deodorization. We HEPA vacuum all surfaces, wipe down walls, clean ceilings, sanitize floors, and address hidden pathways like HVAC ducts. Then we focus on odor removal. Fire odor is stubborn, so we use hydroxyl generators, ozone chambers, thermal fogging, and specialty sealants when needed.
And what about the customer service side? Families are in shock, they're stressed, the holidays are ruined.
That's where our experience really matters. We guide them step by step, explaining what's happening and why. We help them understand their insurance coverage for structure and contents, and we reassure them that their home can be restored. Our job is as much emotional support as it is technical work.
And that's what homeowners need most: compassion and clarity. Carl, thank you for sharing your expertise. Fires like this are devastating, but knowing what to expect from a mitigation team can make the recovery smoother and less overwhelming. For our listeners, if you're dealing with smoke, soot, or water damage, don't wait. Call a professional fire mitigation company immediately. Thank you for listening to this episode of Property Talk. Stay safe, stay smart, and we'll see you next time. I'm a licensed property and casualty professional with over 25 years' experience in the insurance industry. I'm also a state-certified continuing education instructor. Just a reminder, while I am a licensed property and casualty professional, I am not an attorney. Everything shared in this episode is for informational and educational purposes only. Every situation is unique, and laws and insurance policies vary by state and circumstance. For advice specific to your situation, please consult a qualified attorney or licensed insurance professional. Tune in every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday for real-life claim stories, expert insights, and practical tips to help you better understand how property insurance really works before disaster strikes. Whether you're a homeowner, renter, condo, or townhome owner, or landlord, we've got you covered.